think this is already on. Hello? Hello? Come on. Show yourself.
Russell Thompson, one of my favourite members of Parliament.
I knew it. Of course. All right. Let's get this over with. How much do you want, Tracy?
Don't worry, I didn't do this. I'm in the same boat as you.
Oh, come on, Tracy. I know your game. Send me this letter. Get me on here, demand some money. You journalists are all the same. You better not be recording this.
Oh, calm down. I got a letter as well. I didn't do this.
Whoever this is, whoever you are, please leave me alone. I haven't done anything wrong, okay?
Who we are? I'm the Member of Parliament for Dumfriesshire, Clydesdale and Tweeddale. I'll have you know. Who are you?
Oh, shut up, Russell. We got letters too. What does yours say?
It just says, Dear Callum, I know what you did. If you do not join this video call for 8 p.m. on the 10th of July, I will anonymously give the police information. We'll have you arrested. You know what I'm talking about. Details are below. See you soon.
Same letter I got.
You've got Callum too?
No, except for the name, obviously.
Oh.
Same letter here.
No, this isn't fair. I'm not a politician or a whatever. You are. I just work in a shop. I'm a good guy, honestly. I haven't got anything to hide. It's so funny.
Well, if you didn't have anything to hide, Callum, you wouldn't be on this call. Look, it's fine. I'm an MP. Tracy's a journalist. You're in good company. We'd never judge anyone if it didn't help our careers.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Oh, stop being so pathetic. Why do men have to be so emotional about everything all the time?
Christ. How many folk are left to join?
We're having a blackmail party. We all got the same letter you did. We're just waiting on our host to join.
Yeah, you're right on time. It's just turned 8 p.m. Any longer, your secrets would have been leaked.
Is he all right?
Oh, he's fine. It's his first time. I'm Tracy, by the way, award-winning journalist.
Anybody be fine right now?
And I'm Russell Thompson, Member of Parliament for Dumfriesshire, Clydesdale and Tweedsdale.
Oh, I know who you are.
What's that supposed to mean? We haven't met before, have we? You're not one of my constituents, are you? Listen, I haven't had time to read my emails this week, but when I get back to the office, I promise you, I'll start to send out some replies and I'll probably get round to you. Is that okay now?
I'm not one of your bloody constituents.
Look, I don't know who you are, but it doesn't really matter to me. You're here, so you've obviously got something to hide.
It's the host.
Why do you keep laughing? This is serious.
I'm sorry. I I was expecting someone a wee bit more intimidating after all that build-up.
Look, I'm sorry. I don't find this funny at all. I'll do whatever you want me to do. Okay, I just don't want any trouble.
Listen. How much do you want? I know how this works, mate. It's not my first blackmail.
I've seen you somewhere before. But where?
Wait, you know this guy?
Somehow, but I can't figure it out.
Why don't you shut miserable once?
I sent the letters, but I'm not after your money. I want something far sweeter.
God!
Justice.
Oh, right. That's fine.
Justice for what? You're not one of these climate change protesters, are you?
Just let him speak.
My name is Arthur McColl. 3 years ago on this very night, my wife died in room 85 of the Silver Clouds Hotel in Edinburgh. I'm sure you all remember.
That's who you are! Arthur McColl!
This is ridiculous. I had nothing to do with the death of Margot McColl. I won't even legitimize these claims by staying on the call. Have a good evening, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
wouldn't leave if I were you.
What else? What?
If any one of you leaves this call, I will leak all of your secrets.
What? All of us?
That's not right.
All of you. Let me be clear. If any one of you leaves this call, I will leak all of your secrets.
What if our internet breaks?
Even if your internet breaks.
I'm with Talk. How's that fair?
Well, then I suggest you listen closely because there's a way out of this. The official verdict on the death of my wife Margot was that she died from an overdose of sleeping pills. Probably accidental, the detective said. But Margot hated taking pills. She couldn't even have medicine. She would never have overdosed on them. I knew my wife better than anyone, but the police had already made up their mind. And I knew I would just seem crazy if I said what I was thinking, that she was murdered. So I did what any loyal husband would do. I carried out my own investigation. I researched everyone and everything surrounding her life and death. I read through her notes, her paperwork, her diary. I even hacked into her phone so that I could read through her messages and search history. I built a case all on my own for just over 3 years, combing over every possible detail you can imagine. And guess what? It all comes down to the 4 of you. One of you murdered my wife that night.
Don't be so stupid. I would
Russell
never...
Thompson, Member of Parliament for Dumfriesshire, Clydesdale and Tweedsdale, as he likes to remind everyone. My wife was your parliamentary assistant for 2 years, and you couldn't even remember her name.
That's not true. She was an asset to my office. I was deeply saddened near of her passing. I was very fond of Mary.
Margot.
Yes, I mean Margot.
Politician talk won't get you out of this one, Mr. Thompson. I discovered notes from Margot detailing her discovery that you had been accepting bribes from corporations in exchange for helping to pass certain laws. An extremely illegal practice, even in the world of politics. She had printed out emails between you and these companies, even recorded meetings that you had. She came to you, didn't she, with this evidence, threatened to expose it, leak it if you didn't stop what you were doing. Isn't that right? But you couldn't have that, could you? A general election was due in just a few weeks, and you were already barely getting by on the skin of your teeth. A scandal like that would have destroyed your political career for good. But you were all staying together at the same hotel for the night of the, what was it? party meeting, wasn't it? You could have
Conference.
Conference, whatever. You could have slipped into her room that night and silenced her once and for all, couldn't you? Nothing to say, Mr. Thompson. No well-rehearsed statement? No big speech about integrity?
That's disgusting. You politicians are all the same.
I thought you'd enjoy this, Tracy. You live for the gossip, don't you? You just love drama. Flies love feces, and Tracy Bergston loves gossip.
Gossip? I'm a political journalist. If it hadn't been for my reporting skills, your wife's death would have been a 50-word obituary in the bottom corner of a newspaper.
That's probably true. There was quite a splash about your article, partly because you were the one who found my wife dead.
That's right. I was writing a piece about how the parties were planning things in the run-up to the election, and we arranged an interview. But when I turned up to her room in the morning, I found the door slightly open. So I went inside, and I saw her. Obviously, I made the whole piece about that instead, and how political world can destroy some people.
I remember. It was huge. Some might say that finding Margot's body was the best thing that ever happened to your career. But it hasn't always been hard-hitting journalism, has it, Tracy? You started out as a gossip columnist for the tabloids. You would rake through celebrities' bins and camp outside their homes, even stalk them, all to find out who had had a bit of collagen.
I suppose you feel guilty about that?
No. You might feel guilty about hacking into the voicemail's dead girl's phone.
What?
You heard me. You were still a tabloid gossip columnist when the news broke that 17-year-old Bethany Campbell had gone missing. But you were able to hack into her voicemails and listen to them.
How do you know that? I mean, not that it's true.
This impressed your bosses so much that they promoted you and you got a new job exposing journalists.
I don't expose them. They expose themselves.
In more ways than one.
Still, the discovery of Margot's body was a godsend for your career, and you've proven to be someone who would do anything to get ahead. So I think it's entirely possible that you killed her yourself and then deliberately found her body the next morning. Also, you would have the chance to break the story.
What a load of rubbish.
If anyone were to find out about your habits, your technique of hacking into people's voicemails, I doubt you'd sustain a career in journalism for much longer. What about you, Henry? You've been awful quiet.
You'll talk on this, I've got something to say.
I'm sure you'll have plenty to say in a moment. At first, you seemed clean. Middle-of-the-road guy, boring office job. But then I saw your messages to Margot.
Don't you dare read them out.
Oh, believe me, I don't want to. You were having an affair with my wife.
We met in the bar. You said you want somebody to talk to. Russell, she went from Russell made her miserable, and it was never there for her.
And yet she chose me, didn't she? You pleaded with her to run away with you, but she refused every time. She didn't want to run off with a junkie.
Listen now.
You're addicted to prescription medicine, aren't you, Henry? In fact, you were the one who suggested that my wife start taking sleeping pills.
I didn't do it. I told her to take it, but she said we're helping her.
Oh my God, he's the one you want, not us. Even if she did die accidentally, he is still to blame.
Did Margot really say I made her miserable? It seems a bit harsh.
Henry's not as boring as he might seem at first. Oh no, all the drugs and liquor have given him quite a temper. When Margot refused to run away with him, he maybe decided to murder her in a jealous rage.
I've not got a bloody temper, you bastard. I've not got a temper. What you done the best for her?
You don't care about what's best for your wife and kids, though, do you, Henry?
Oh, this just gets better and better.
That's right. Henry has a family all on his own that he was willing to run out on with Margot. Not that his wife knows anything about his drinking, or the fact that he frequents sex workers most weekends. If your wife found out, Henry, you would lose everything. Well, everything you have left. Where are your wife and kids right now?
At home. I come to a hotel to do this.
Smart move. And so that brings us to Callum.
I'm not like these other people. I'm a good guy, honestly. Please, I'll do anything you want. Anything.
Oh, Callum, nervous as ever. You've been bullied constantly throughout high school, weren't you? People would make fun of you for your appearance, for the way you talked, for how you'd stutter and shy away from people when they tried to talk to you. Out of everyone here, I almost feel sorry for you. Almost. Would you like to tell everyone what your connection to my wife Margot is?
I went to school with her, and she used to bully me.
That's right. And you never did get over it.
She ruined my life. The whole group did, but she was a leader. They all listened to what she said, and they chipped away at my self-esteem for 6 years until there was nothing left.
But Margot did apologize, remember? About 2 months before she died, you both attended a high school reunion. She said she was sorry for the way she treated you all those years ago. But instead of accepting it, you flew into a rage. You shouted and screamed that everyone there had ruined your life. You flipped a table over, you broke the plates, you tried to start a fight. Do you remember what you were screaming as you were dragged away? Do you?
I said something I shouldn't have said.
What was it?
I said I was going to buy a gun and kill her, but I didn't mean it. I was just so fucking angry. I only went there to tell everyone how I felt in the moment, but I just felt so overwhelmed that I couldn't help it. I just snapped.
And that's what makes me think you could have snuck into her hotel room and killed her as an act of revenge.
No, I didn't. I swear. Please.
That's not where it ends, though. I mean,
What?
after that, you continued to send her death threats. Margot never did anything about them. She didn't seem to think you were dangerous. Maybe that angered you even more.
Your dangerous ones are always magnetic.
I didn't do anything.
Arthur, what are you blackmailing him for?
Well, it seems that Callum here enjoys online dating, but not as himself.
Please stop.
You mean he is a catfish?
That's right. He's been pretending to be Veronica for just over 1.5 years. In that time, he's seduced hundreds of men, some of which have sent him money or explicit photographs.
Oh my god!
Yes. Callum here is secretly gay and is living out a secret fantasy life.
Please, you can't tell her. My mom will kill me. I'll do anything you want. I can't let anyone know. I'll stop doing it. Just please. I promise.
The only way for all of you to keep your secret safe is to do exactly as I say.
Just tell me what it is. Just please, whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. I'll do it. Just anything. I
So-
will. I do.
Let's
I
just get this
will
over
offer
and
my
done with.
body for you.
Let's
Just
do it. I'm
anything,
telling you out of
please. I
money.
just cannot.
Listen,
I cannot do this.
listen,
I just.
I'll pay you whatever you're looking
can't
for.
know.
And we can
Quiet,
get
quiet!
things on.
Each one of you swears that you didn't kill Margot. One of you is most certainly lying. Look, I'm not trying to convict anyone. I'm not looking to arrest any of you for what happened. I just want to know for certain who killed Margot. I'm looking for a personal confession. So here's my proposal. You will have 20 minutes. In that time, if one of you confesses to the murder and admits that they killed Margot, then you will all be free to go and your secrets will not be leaked. But if time runs out and you have not come forward and confessed to killing my wife, then I'm going to expose everything.
It's not fair. I haven't done anything wrong.
But if the murderer does not confess, you will still have the 20 minutes to go over the case together and figure out who it was that killed Margot and make them confess.
This is insane.
Not
You're
detective.
crazy, Arthur. You've lost your fucking mind, man. None of us killed your fucking wife, except maybe Carol.
Not detectives.
Yes.
Well, sometimes the suspects make the best detectives. You're all familiar with Margot, the case, and the events surrounding it. Plus, you're all slimy enough to know how a murderer would think.
I'm not slimy, so I hacked a dead girl's phone. At least there was a point to that.
Yeah.
I'm not catfishing people online.
At least I'm not taking bribes from businesses to help ruin the country like this dick.
That's so fucking fair.
Everyone stop. If the murderer would like to openly confess, now's your chance. The 20-minute countdown starts now.
We got a stopwatch.
Very well. It looks like you will all have to talk it out. I'll leave you to it. But remember, I'll be watching. And if any of you leave the call at any moment, I will leak all of your secrets. And if the 20 minutes run out and you still haven't found the murderer and made them confess, well, I think you get the picture.
This has to be a nightmare. This could be real.
Best of luck, and I'll see you in 20.
Arthur, wait. This guy is insane. A certified nut job.
What are we going to do?
Well, obviously, we have to figure out who killed Margot, or else we're all screwed.
No, I'm no part of this.
What?
I'm leaving the call.
No, don't do that. No.
don't do that.
I don't care.
No.
You know what?
How can you be so selfish, Henry?
It's
Yeah,
just-
you're not the only one this affects, Henry.
Just don't leave Henry out. I'm not a bad guy. I'm just going through something. Just please.
If you leave Henry and your secret is outed, your wife will obviously divorce you. The courts will side with her and you'll go to jail. And what then? You'll be destitute.
Either way, my life won't be worth.
Oh, poor you. Married with kids. How fucking awful that must be. Your existence must be so damn lonely. Try being the butt at everybody's jokes.
You can be surrounded by people and still be alone, even by your family.
Wait a minute. Unless this is all an act.
What?
That's right. Maybe you're the murderer, Henry. And, well, you know you're going to get caught. And so you're pretending like you don't give a shit.
Or maybe he's killed her and he wants to take us all down with him.
I'll put your head out your ass.
Well, you know, Henry, if that's how you feel, go ahead. leave the call. Yes,
about-
that's what I fucking thought. You're going nowhere.
What about you?
You're invest. What about me?
You had a reason to kill Margot.
That's
Me?
right.
Anybody's a keeper mud. It's a politician.
That is right as
That's
well. You are a professional liar, Russell.
that's rich coming from you, Tracy.
I hope you've got a rock solid alibi, Mr. Thompson, because even the slightest notion of being involved with this could destroy your entire political career.
Oh, Carl. Yeah, I work for the government. If they find out I got away with murder, they'll probably make me prime minister.
Look, we're running out of time. What we have to do is go through each person and quickly find out the facts. Who, what, where, when, why, and how.
And what?
Yeah, let's start with that one. So, Margaret died on this night, the 10th of July, approximately between 12 a.m. and 4 a.m. So, let's start with you, Henry. Where were you that night between those times?
At home, mission, I was somewhere else.
Okay, and when was the last time you saw Margot?
2 days before she died. We met in a bar.
Okay. And what did you talk about?
She was lied about. She was talking about lied about something, including the office and the boss. And that's a site. That's the site else. Actually, she ran away then, but she didn't.
So, you got angry.
No,
Oh, come on, Henry.
I can never get mad at her
Oh, and why is that?
because I loved her.
Gosh.
Shit.
Wait. How did she look when you saw her?
To look great, you know, in that blue dress, and the hair was tied up high.
You're lying.
Huh?
You forget. Margot was my assistant. We worked together. For the last 3 or 4 days of her life, she was with me. She was never in a blue dress, Henry.
Well,
Well, guess what? When I discovered Margot's dead body, she was wearing none other than a blue dress. Which means you must have seen her the night she died.
maybe I got confused about the dates. Maybe I read it in an article she was wearing a blue dress.
No, that was never mentioned in my article. You just remembered it from seeing her.
I've seen many people get caught in a lie, Henry, but this kind of takes the cake.
No, I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Also, if somebody wanted to kill Margot using sleeping pills, you'd have probably just made her take like the whole tub, just way too many. But Henry knows the pills. If anybody knew the exact amount for Margot to take to have been killed, it would have been him.
That's a good point, Callum. Really good point.
You've been caught out, Henry. I think it's time that you just confess. Save us all this hassle.
I'm not confessing to anything I didn't do. If anybody could confess, it should be Callum.
Me?
Yeah. You're actually the only person that actually threatened to kill Margaret.
That's true. You seem to want Margot dead the most.
I don't know what to say to that.
Well, let's move on to you then. Where were you the night she died, Callum?
You've all completely misunderstood. You've all completely misunderstood what's going on here.
Actually, nobody wanted Margot dead, which Callum.
Why?
Where were you that she died, Callum?
Okay, I know what you're all about to think of this, but I've got nothing to hide.
Oh, I like to see that one. I like to see that one.
I was at the Silver Cliffs Hotel.
You were actually there where she died.
Yes,
Christ.
but I wasn't there to kill her.
Aye, sure.
What are you doing?
I live fairly nearby, and I knew the conference was happening, and I knew she'd be there. So I went to apologize to her for the way I had been, at the reunion, and after I sent all those messages on Facebook, and after she blocked me, and after I had some time to think about what a fucking creep I was in, I just wanted to say sorry.
That is such bullshit.
It's the truth.
I can promise you, she wouldn't want you anywhere near her. She locked you for a reason.
I know, but maybe I just wanted to say sorry, even if not for her, for myself. I just felt so guilty about things. So I ended up hanging around the hotel, and every time I saw her, she was surrounded by colleagues, politicians, and all that like, so I didn't have a chance to speak to her.
You really are a fucking creepy little bastard, aren't you, Callum?
I was trying to be nice.
You were fucking stalking her.
It's not stalking, it's just politely following. There's a difference. Anyway, eventually the security guard found me and said that if I wasn't a part of the conference, I'd have to leave. So they kicked me out.
Hang on. If you hung around the lobby for that long, and there were all those witnesses, surely people were suspicious of you when she turned up dead.
well, I know what you're all going to think about this, but
Go.
I was questioned by the police.
You were actually questioned by the police.
Well, there we go.
Officially.
Pencils down. Yep, pencils down, Tracy. We have our killer.
They did question me, but they didn't find anything. Why? Because I didn't do anything. I'm innocent. That's why. There was zero evidence, and there still is.
How did this slip by me?
The police, they were a little suspicious at first, but once they'd questioned me for hours, they realised I couldn't have done it in a million years.
Didn't mean you didn't do it.
Because I'm innocent. I didn't do it.
They thought so little of you, Callum. They didn't even think you could be a competent murderer.
It's not like that. Let me tell you, if I wanted to kill her, I very much could have. But I didn't. They interrogated me for I don't even know how long. But there was no evidence because I didn't do it.
You almost seem a little hurt that they didn't think you were the killer.
No, I'm not.
Come on. Callum is so obviously the killer. It's pathetic. You're lonely. You're a sexual deviant. You've got an axe to grind. It's fucking obvious you did it. Now, stop wasting our time. And just confess you creep. Fucking turn you in your grave.
Other secrets is exposed and just face the fact what you've done.
But the police let me go.
Well, the police are hardly trustworthy when it comes to cases involving murder.
Hang on. Who made you the chief investigator in this case?
What?
You're the one asking all the questions.
Yeah, that's right. It's very clever, Tracy.
I don't
It's a
know.
clever move, that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Trying to make it seem like you're squeaky clean, interrogating all of us.
It's your turn now.
Fine. What do you want to know?
Where were you the night Margot was killed, Tracy Berkson?
Well, I was socializing at the hotel bar. Political journalism is a lot easier when they all just drunkenly tell you things.
But when did you arrange to interview Margot in the morning?
Earlier that day, after a conference speech, I had asked Mr. Thompson here for an interview, but he declined.
I learned not to talk to Tracy long ago.
So I asked Margot, and she agreed. I thought it might give me some insight into how the party was gearing up for the election, and even how Mr. Thompson was feeling about it.
And what did you discover when you got there?
I arrived outside room 85 at 9 AM, as we had agreed. I knocked on the door, but there was no answer, and then I noticed that it was open, so I went in and I saw her on the bed. After that, I alerted the hotel staff and called the police. Any more questions?
Yes, Tracy. When I read about you finding Margot's corpse, in the article you wrote, it was filled with quite a lot of detail. Stuff like, I think, the pills, the booze, the paperwork that was on her bedside table. You couldn't have remembered that from memory.
Well, I did.
Nah, that's a lie. When I was questioned by the police, they told me that they were called, I think it was 9:15. Now, if any decent human being had found a dead body just lying there in the bed, they'd have called the police right away. But you must have poked around for at least 10 minutes.
He's got you there, Tracy.
Yeah.
Fine.
Explain that one then.
Fine. When I saw her body, I knew it would be a huge story. So I quickly snooped around to see if there was anything juicy that might add to it. You know, like a suicide note or something like that. Next thing I realized, I'd been there for 10 minutes.
You make people sick, Tracy.
It's just business, dear.
Or maybe you were, I don't know, busy getting ready evidence.
Oh, don't be stupid. If she died between 9 and 5, could I wait until 9 AM to get rid of any evidence?
You'd forgotten something. Maybe you just wanted to make sure. Or, you know, if you were going to discover the body anyway, it doesn't hurt to have a second look, does it?
Yes, you're right. Call him Sherlock. What's it they say, that murderers and criminals always return to the scene of the crime? You're off your head, lad.
Yeah, well, let's face it. Even if, you know, you didn't have anything to do with it, you contaminated that crime scene by walking around it and leaving all your tints and everything in it everywhere. Maybe that's why they didn't find the actual killer.
Well, then that's good for you, isn't it?
Yeah, we're running out of time.
Yes. We should see what Russell Thompson has to say for himself.
I probably have the least interesting alibi of everyone here. I was sound asleep in my hotel room when Margot died. I was attending a conference meeting first thing in the morning. I needed my 40 winks. And that's it. No big revelations from me. Sorry, folks. Sorry to disappoint.
Who was your meeting with?
Does that matter?
You tell me. Was it an important meeting?
Every meeting's important, Callum.
Who was it with?
Look, it was just, you know, just people.
What people? Politicians?
You know, it seems weird that you'd go to this meeting in the morning, you know, and not have your assistant with you, especially if she had been with you for, what was it you said, the past 3 days?
Well, it's a wee bit more tricky than that.
So, who was you meeting with? Answer.
Just business types, Tracy.
Oh, and do these business types have names, Russell?
You're very good at questions. But why don't you just get a chance, Russell?
Oh, we're here. Okay, it was with Roger Boswell. I was with Roger Boswell.
Who's Roger Boswell? Are we supposed
He's
to know
just
who
the
that is?
CEO of a company. He's a professional businessman, Callum. That's all.
Roger Boswell is the CEO of the oil company Horizon, which is seen as one of the worst, most immoral oil companies in the world. And that's saying something.
Yeah, looks like it's the exact type of company that Margot wanted good old Russell here to stop taking bribes from.
Exactly.
It's not like that.
Okay, so you have this meeting set up with Boswell, probably to discuss shady business deals. Margot finds out and threatens to expose you, so you murder her that night.
Absolutely not, Tracy. Don't be crazy.
Just a bit of a coincidence that she died right before your meeting, though.
Yeah.
Yes, that's all it is, folks. It's a coincidence. Don't be crazy.
So once Margot was found dead, did your meeting still go ahead?
Yes.
Jesus.
Look, I couldn't rearrange the meeting. It really was very important.
Just
I know
admit
this
it.
big-
Just admit it.
I almost wish, Callum, that I did kill her. Then I could just confess, and this whole bloody charade would be over and done with. But sadly, I'm not.
We're running out of time and still nobody is willing to confess.
Of course not. By confessing, or rather by not confessing, it means that the killers really got us all under their control. They can drag the rest of us down with them. If they don't confess, crazy Arthur, the insane man, is going to leak all our secrets. So it's in the killer's interest never to confess.
This says once it's all to be destroyed.
Yes, probably. I would. Look at you all.
So, what do we do?
Let's have a vote.
Have a vote.
Exactly,
Vote.
Let's
Henry.
have a vote.
I
Right.
agree, Henry. I jinx
We've got
you.
nothing else. Let's just vote. So everyone write down who you think did it. Like, don't say it out loud because we don't want anyone saying a name because someone else is.
Influencer.
Okay. How do you spell Tracy?
For God's sake.
I'm joking. Still though, you're high on my list, Miss Burton.
All right. On the count of 3, hold
Yes.
your paper up to the camera. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no. I can't be right. You can't all think I killed her.
That's the majority view here, Callum.
Perfect sense.
No.
Out of everyone here, you hated Margot the most. You were at the hotel and you were even questioned by the
Russell.
police.
So you.
Not to mention the fact this was clearly a planned out murder. This was premeditated.
That's good for solving a murder.
You, Callum, we were bullied by this woman at school. You've been planning this for a long time.
No, this can't be happening. I didn't kill her. You have to believe me.
Ugh,
You're a
Come on,
Yeah,
Cam.
you bastard.
time for you to
Cam.
confess, Callum.
Confess to what? I'm innocent. I swear.
The reality is this. Tracy, Henry, the killer is not going to admit that they did it. But since we all think it was you, Callum, just confess, for fuck's sake. Save us the hassle. We've got lives and things to be doing, you fucking-
are you insane? This isn't justice. It's a lynching. It's just saving your own skin. It's not.
Oh my god.
No.
I guess everyone is going to find out Callum Skelton about Miss Veronica.
What?
Well, if you won't confess to the fucking murder you committed, then that's it. All we have to do is wait on this 20-minute craziness from Arthur McColl, the madman, and then he's going to reveal our secrets. We're all going to have our secrets exposed.
And then the whole world will know that you are a sad little pervert who'll probably end up in jail for 6
You are,
offences anyway.
No, don't say that.
That's the truth. You're screwed either way, Callum.
Not fair. Just stop gagging up on me. Stop it.
Oh, I can see why people picked on you at school. You're a little creep, aren't you?
Mm.
No.
Yes, you'd rather see all of our secrets exposed than confess to what you've done. You fucking bastard.
Stop. No, not more.
Just confess and this will all end, Callum.
There's no way out of it, Callum.
All you have
just-
to do is just
confess.
confess. Just do
There's
it.
no way out.
Yes.
Do it!
Do it.
Do
I
it!
didn't.
I got things to do.
Fucking
Do it.
do it.
Put the gun down. Callum. Callum, are you there?
I think he's left the call, Tracy. So it's probably insensitive of me to say, but does this mean all our secrets are leaked?
No. I think we're all right. It's not like you can tell anyone what happened.
Yeah, but we didn't get the killer to confess. He's left the call.
Well, we know it wasn't him because even to the very last second he wouldn't admit it. And why would you keep that up even if you're going to kill yourself?
Had you just killed him?
Oh no, Henry. He was responsible for himself. It's Callum that pulled the trigger.
But we forced him into it.
Well, you know, I still think he did it. He had to buy a gun to kill Margot. And guess what? He had a gun. Anyone that's capable of killing themselves is maybe just crazy enough to kill someone else. That's my opinion.
God, you no idea what you're talking about.
Henry, my main concern right now is getting out of this bloody situation. Christ, if only he'd had the decency to confess before he killed himself.
Come to think of it,
Yes.
the morning I went to Margot's, the door was left open.
Yeah, you mentioned so.
So it means whoever went to her room that night didn't have to break in. She probably let them in, meaning it must be someone she knows and trusted. In fact, it was so quiet from her room that night, that the killer didn't even lock the door, because even that would have been too much noise in the middle of the night.
So, what you're saying is, Tracy, that Margot would never have let Callum into her bedroom.
And if he pushed his way in, there would have been screaming and shouting.
Well, we've established she didn't trust me. And nobody trusts you, Tracy.
Which means...
No, me.
You were the only one that it could have been, Henry. You were the only one that could have got inside a room. You were
She
in love
trusted
with the woman.
you. You knew she was in the blue dress. It just fits. You even got onto sleeping pills.
How did he do
Like
it?
it's time to just clean. Just come clean, Henry.
How did he do it?
Oh, let's not go through this again. Someone is already dead.
Either way, that's it. My life won't be worth it either way.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means I'm leaving the call for real this time.
No, don't. Just stay.
Please don't.
Please, just... Please.
Confession is bad when your family you've got hates you. Maybe there's something. Maybe you get a fresh start.
For God's sake, you might not have anything to lose, Henry, but Tracy and I have lives here.
Yeah, what about us?
I don't care about you, two. You're worst people I've met in my life.
Don't go.
Please don't go. Just
What?
stay.
Sorry, folks.
No.
In your life.
I did
Lily.
it. I did it. I did it.
How?
What?
I did it.
How?
I killed her. I killed her.
How?
Well, she was going to rat on me, Tracy, about the bribes I'd been taking. Some of the people that I was involved with. I pleaded with her not to, but, you know, Margot, she just kept saying it was for the good of the country. I don't even care about politics. Just couldn't get into law school. She was going to ruin everything, was Margot. Then I noticed that week she'd been taking sleeping pills. A lot of people take them at political conferences. It's fairly common because of all the stress. So that night, I went into her room and I told her I wanted to speak to her about my bribes. And I was turning a new leaf. I told her I would call off my meeting with Roger Boswell. But I lied. Instead, I slipped extra sleeping pills into her drink when she wasn't looking. I wasn't even sure if it would kill her, but I thought it was well worth the risk.
Why are you telling us this?
Because, Henry, the police are not going to be involved in this. All of this is for fucking Arthur McColl to find out who killed his wife. It's a charade. Now you know, Arthur. It was me. I killed her.
You know, for a moment I wasn't sure we were going to get there in the end. But I knew we would eventually. I took the liberty of extending your time a little, and it was worth it. See? It was that simple.
Yeah, simple. 2 people are dead.
This is what happens when people can't just own up to their mistakes.
Can we go now, please?
I'm a man of my word. You're all free to go. And your secrets will not be leaked, I can assure you of that. Now go, and try to make better life choices. Oh, and Russell.
Yes.
I knew it was you all along. I just wanted to hear you say it. And I'm so glad I did.
Bye, Arthur. Take care.
Okay, they're gone.
Right. Okay, be honest. Do you think I made the suicide look too happy?
Oh, hell no, it was brilliant. They bought every second of it.
Oh, and you won the bet.
Oh, yeah. I just knew Russell would be the one to admit to killing Margot.
You know, I really thought it was going to be Tracy.
No, Tracy has too much spine to admit to something she didn't do. Whereas Russell, well, he'd rather confess to a murder he didn't commit than have his political scandal be leaked. It's pathetic, really.
So pathetic. God, Arthur, every step in this plan has just worked perfectly.
Yes, I know. Even Margot seemed impressed that night that I went to her hotel room and revealed that you and I had been having an affair for years and that I wanted revenge for how she treated you.
You're so sweet.
And that's when I pointed the gun at her and forced her to take an overdose of sleeping pills.
It's a good job she didn't notice it was fake. I mean, red accents holding the bottom. Come on. Fucking stupid.
Of course.
But this video meeting, this was your real stroke of genius.
Thank you. I just realized that far from being suspects, I mean, Henry, Tracy, and Russell were really the only ones capable of getting in our way. I mean, the police had made up their minds, but Tracy had that long article, and she may have gone back to research it in years to come. And I never knew exactly how much Margot had told Henry about our unhappy marriage, and that always made me uneasy. And Russell, well, I mean, he's pathetic, but if he had gained too much political power, he could have really been an obstacle to us if we weren't careful. It was better to silence him. And this way, digging up this information and getting the dirt on them, forcing them into this whole scenario, now they think you're dead and they're not going to get involved in the case anymore. We've told them to stay out of it without even having to say because we did it. You and I are now free to just jet off to the Caribbean or somewhere and live new lives.
You know, the old Callum did die tonight, Arthur. I'm a new man. I'm thinking Frank or something.
You can pull that off. Oh, I love a happy ending.